Hi, I'm Ablin and I'm an intern with Lexus and Company for the month of July. And today I'll be discussing the topic of dishonoration of check due to insufficient funds in bank account. So we'll be discussing provisions from section 138 to 149 of Negotiable Instrument Act 1881. Under section 138, any check which is drawn by a person on an account maintained by him with a banker for the payment from that account, either wholly or in part, for any liability or debt, is returned unpaid by the bank due to the amount written on the check is excess than the amount which is in the account, or due to that the amount is in excess from the amount that has been decided by the person and the bank, that only this much of amount can be in cash. So such a person shall be deemed to have committed an offence and shall be liable for punishment up to 2 years imprisonment with fine twice the amount of the check, or both, provided these provisions won't be applying on the person if the check was presented within 6 months from the date on which it was drawn within its validity. Further, the payee makes demand of the said amount of the money by giving a notice in writing to the drawer of the check within 30 days for the receipt of the information to him by the bank that the check has been returned unpaid. Further, the cause of action can only arise where the drawer, that means the payee, fails to pay the amount within 15 days of the notice period, or the period of from which the receipt was given to him. So then we have presumption. So we have section 139, which deals with presumption in favor of the holder. That means it shall be presumed, unless contrary is being proved, that the holder, that is receive करने वाला of the check, receive check of the nature of as referred in 138, that is the check was bounced or the check was not appropriate for encashment, the amount was not appropriate for the discharge in whole or any other whole or in part of the debt or any other liability. Further, under section 140, we talk about the defense that if a holder claims that he was unaware of the fact that when the check is going to be encashed, it's going to be bounced, this cannot be held as in defense for escaping from the prosecution of the for the same. Further, under section 141, we talk about offences of companies. So persons committing offences under section 138 is a company. If it is a company, then the person who is in charge of the company at the time of the commission of the offence shall be held liable, until and unless he doesn't prove the contrary, or he doesn't prove his absence. Then we talk about section 142. 142 talks about cognizance of offences. So basically, court will only take the case when it is being only and complaint which is being lodged by a holder or a payee of the in due course and of check. Further, the complaint should be made within 1 month from the from the cause of action which is being arised. And further, it is held that the court can take any case after the expiry of 1 month only if the payee or the holder satisfy the court regarding the delay which he has made, or he satisfy the court with a sufficient cause for delay of not making a complaint within the prescribed time. Further, the cases related to section 138, that is dishonoration of check, can only be dealt by metropolitan magistrate or JMIC. So that is judicial magistrate first class, and no other court. Then we have section 143, which talks about the powers of the court to try summary cases. So offences under this chapter are triable by metropolitan magistrate and judicial magistrate first class, And section 262 to 265, that is both inclusive of CRPC, shall be applicable to such trials. So these sections deal with summary trial. Further, the magistrate can pass a sentence of not exceeding 1 year and fine not exceeding 5,000 rupees. But if it appears to a magistrate that the nature of the cause is such that the punishment needs to be extended from 1 year and the fine has also to be extended, then he can do the same. So trial must be inconsistent with the interest of justice, by as it has been written in our constitution. And the trial conducted must be expeditiously, that is, the case must be decided maximum within 6 months, and speedy justice must be provided to the parties. So thank you so much.